Good morning everybody and welcome back to Sorrento Bowling Club in the city of Joondalup for the National Championships, the National Side Series. I'm Cameron Harris. We'll be taking you through today's game between South Australia and Tasmania, and I'm joined by Bowls WA CEO Ken Pride. How are you, Ken?
Morning, Cameron. Yes, looking forward to this clash. Two really good young up-and-coming skippers.
Yep.
Both sides need a win, obviously. Tassie 5th, SA 7th, so both looking for a good start this morning.
Yep. Moving day to day, there are several sides that are in with the chance, but by the end of the day, it'll only be one or two teams vying for each respective title, maybe three if we're lucky. So it's very important today. These teams that are 3-1, 4-0 will start playing each other. We'll have a very good idea of who is in the mix. Sides today, well, for Tasmania, who have kicked us off with the mat first up. Ryan Guy on the mat, Scott Summers at second, Josh Lording at third, and Taelyn will be the skipper. And for South Australia, Ben Bowman is leading, followed up by Jono Voigt. Craig Mills plays 3 to Nathan Black.
As we've seen, as we've seen all week, Cam, the wind is up and howling.
Welcome to WA, ladies and gentlemen. This is a pretty handy set by Ryan to kick us off too, so if that's any indication, we're in for a good day.
Yeah, again, it's a little sharp against the breeze. The first to jump on the jack and put some pressure on opposition won't be easy to play shots. So again, the breeze from the end they're bowling at the moment, probably pushing up into it.
Yep, that's something we've sort of noticed early on. It's hard to play small-weighted shots to get yourself out of trouble. You really want to lock down heads early at lead and 2 and be the ones calling the shots. Just a quick apology, unfortunately our Facebook live streaming is unavailable due to issues on Facebook's end, not letting us stream. There's a beautiful shot comes down here, and Tassie with a good head to start with, 2 on and 1 just passed. So stay tuned to the Bowls Australia YouTube page instead. This is where you're going to have to come, at least for today, to get your all your streaming needs.
Interesting with this, well, I guess it's a cross breeze sort of. I guess the way they're playing now, over their left shoulder, it would be coming.
Shot here,
That's
nearly in front of it.
Whether sides completely look to dominate on the narrow hand, which is the backhand for the right-handers, or whether they decide to play perhaps a swinging right hand. So we see, I think the Taylor male skippers called for some weight through the head. This is our first bowl we've seen on this swinging hand. Let's see how much it does swing.
Scott Summers looking to get underneath the front. Gets it in the middle. Probably still, well, not probably, it's still 1, but it's a bit more cluttered at the front than it was. Jono looks very interested in this. Just a subtle correction of 2 or 3 feet.
That's a terrific shot.
That's a beautiful set from Jono.
That's a really good shot.
That's a beautiful set. One thing maybe is it is a bit jack high. Might give the Tassie boys a shot just to fall off it.
Just wonder whether that's
sticking out.
The jack almost on the tee. You're basically right in front of the clubhouse, with a little bit of shelter from the clubhouse with this cross breeze now, because certainly the wind will be coming straight through the end they're bowling from. That last 10 feet, it may just allow it to turn. I didn't think that Jono then would get back to the jack, but he's done enough.
Yeah, I think as this bowl pulls up short, I think we're sitting, our commentary position is on the ditch side, which is the forehand side, the wide side. And if you were to look straight back over our heads, there's a big park and it's fairly open through there, which is where it rips through in the morning. So potentially the clubhouse might give it that little bit of shelter late. You might be right there, Kent. Unusual for you.
Well, hot day today, so as West Australians would know, hot day, easterly is the breeze that we've got. And if it's anything like yesterday, a little drop off around midday for a couple of hours. and then the cool sea breeze will come in this afternoon. But I expect today the greens will be pretty quick. They will have baked again the last few days, and there's certainly no relief today. It's going to be a nice mid-30s day in Perth.
Yep. As Josh Lording comes down, trying to hurry up, do the gap. Oh, that's a mighty effort. Still a couple to South Australia. Craig Mills now. He and Nathan Black played the other way around last year. Switching it over this year, giving the young fella the reins.
Played this pretty well too, Cam. Just going to get back, but another bowl on the head for the SA.
It's amazing how heads at this level just change so quickly. Halfway through the twos bowl, after sort of 3 or 4 bowls each, Tasmania well in control of the head. Now not so much.
Craig, of course, had plenty of time on these greens, Cameron, having been the South Australia Champion of Champions representative. So we've played plenty of bowls over the last 10 days on these greens. It's Taylor, yep, not easy shot with weight.
No, probably just looking to get off Craig's last bowl. Bit of clickety-clack onto the shot bowl and stay for shot. Nathan Black.
He's sort of fighting that breeze, trying to get back to the head.
He's trying for him.
Got the weight, he's got
inside.
A super shot.
Well played.
Oh.
And that makes Taelyn's shot a little bit harder too.
Yep, called to keep the weight from his team sitting on the bank.
Probably more looking for split.
Well, they're interested, the Tassie boys.
They are very interested. This comes down.
Oh,
that's a good shot for falls.
In.
Should sometimes camera angles can play tricks, but that should just about do it. Very well played shot.
Now, what's Nathan Black got in his kit bag here? Looks like he's playing with a little bit of, yeah, he's playing with weight again.
Yeah, he's got a lot of balls around the head, as we said, so he can afford to.
Looking for some bit of action here.
Ooh.
Chop it sideways. Oh, one to Tassie to kick things off.
Tell you what, it's a fairly good standard to start with. I think we got another good one. First time I've done a game this competition where both teams have gone third up at the head, Voigt.
Yeah, well,
something we're seeing more and more of at state level.
Yeah, must admit I don't like it myself, Cam. It slows the game down so much. You know, games are taking probably 30-40 minutes longer than they really should, to be honest, and particularly when the skipper chases their first bowl down, or the skipper even stays at the end of the head rather than being down with the skipper. Call me old-fashioned, but geez, I tell you what, slows the game down in a game of fours. Not sure that we should be some conditions of play that might address that next year.
Bit of a misfire from Ryan to get us underway, unfortunately. After a very good start to the game in the last end. We'll be probably a touch quicker going this way, although it is more cross breeze than up and down.
Yeah, sort of bowl on that forehand, really fighting the breeze. Greens are quick enough though, I think, that they'll still reward. The bowl will still turn, irrespective of the cross breeze or not. The greens are in excellent condition now, really baked over the last couple of days, running freely, even though it's, what time have we got? 8:33 in the morning here in Perth. Still running pretty freely and will only get quicker and quicker as the day goes on.
Fair correction here, but Ryan. Bit of touchy front hopper.
Thank you. Yeah, they'll certainly speed up during the day. Obviously, more play, walking up and down, sun baking it, wind is howling, so any moisture at all will be sucked out of the greens pretty quickly.
It was a bit breezy yesterday. Today, so far, is a step up, I think.
Another good reply.
So Ben tries to work just past him. Well, that's a good spot.
That's a terrific reply.
That's a really well played bowl. Builds the head. Before we get too far into it, we'll give you an update on how the championships as a whole are looking. So we've already discussed these two sides. So this is going to drift past. For the men on top, New South Wales 4 wins, no losses, undefeated. Queensland also 4 wins, no losses, undefeated, second on rink points. But so we'll see if they can stay undefeated and have essentially a grand final in the last round tomorrow. That would be exciting. Western Australia, the hosts, 3-1 in third. ACT in fourth, 2 wins, 2 losses. And then Tassie, Victoria, South Australia, all on 1 win, 3 losses, and the Northern Territory still looking for their first win. As Jono just drifts in behind. Nice position. And for the ladies, it's actually a bit of a logjam right up the top. No undefeated sides. Queensland on top, 3 wins, 1 loss, followed by Victoria. The ACT in third, and then Western Australia, who are all 3-1. Western Australia went into the last game yesterday on top, lost a game and have slipped to fourth, which is how tight it is. New South Wales in fifth, 2-2. South Australia and the Northern Territory 1-3, and Tassie yet to find a win, but we'll be looking for it in this game.
Let me see Jono Voigt up on the backhand here, and he just needs to arrive. I think he's just going to fall short on the line.
Yeah, not the ideal spots for him to have dropped, but still, his first one's in a good spot. They do have plenty around it now, but in order to get the shot, Jack is going to have to move because it is touching. Just a reminder, you can get all those results throughout the day at the end of each game's play on the Bowls Now app and the Bowls Australia website and Bowls Link, including ladders, rink results, aggregate results, player ladders, all those sorts of good things.
A very similar bowl to the last, just going to finish a foot or so short on the line.
Down on his forehand, the tight side. Just sneak under that bowl and get down. Get someone right at the back of the ring. Josh Lording maybe running for a bit of cover here. Matches up previous bowl. A little bit less the call for Craig Mills' second bowl. Good to get down, maybe just take that little bit of shelf away. Also get off the shelf Jack, I think, actually, sorry. Check my bowl.
Here's looking across one of the other Scott Thulboard, Michael Sims game. Cameron, we were chatting yesterday, hot day, some nice white Tassie legs out there. And Michael Sims, he looked like a lobster yesterday. And sure enough, this morning he's playing in the stockings, shorts and stockings, because of how badly burnt he got yesterday. That's got to be uncomfortable. Just
drifting past here. Yep, we should mention, so our other games, as you say, He's got Thorburn, Michael Sims, and we have Wayne Rudiger and Rob McMullen, 2 very high quality games those will be as well, I'm sure. This should be good, actually, a good tight contest. These are 2, I know the table says they're 5th and 7th, these are 2 good sides. SA winners of the event not all that long ago, and Tassie always very, very solid. Have really built over the last 10 years into a very formidable side.
Yeah, they'd be disappointed, I think, SA for their standing. 1 and 3. I'm really sure they were keen coming to this competition.
Anthony Black on the way down and interested.
Got to be some
Work
action
up
here.
to the front, bang, bang.
Jack goes back.
That is Jono's Voigt's bowl.
Nice
The
SA
purple one,
catch-up.
I would dare say he's got shot.
Good shot, well played. Good crowd building. Early doors, of course, yes. Only around about 8:40 in the morning, but already a good crowd starting to build. Over the back greens, we got WA taking on Victoria with New South Wales ACT and their 4th game Queensland against the Northern Territory.
Yep, I think we'll see the crowd swell as the day goes on. Maybe even a few more today than we had yesterday as people went off to play pen and practice and those sorts of things. Taelyn just trickles past. So, on to South Australia. Nathan probably certainly does not want to touch Jack. Black down on the backhand.
Just going to slide onto the Jack. Was he sit in the pack? Single shot.
Does get one. I think he's quite happy to have that. A little bit of Jack down the line was not good. It's probably 2 or 3 the other way. So, but hopefully a sign of things to come. 1 and 1 to start the game. I think we'll see today is both skippers don't mind being aggressive. We've seen Taelyn in the BPL play his runners very well, skippering for the Tassie Titans, and Nathan is he's got that youthful exuberance and he's not afraid to go for his shots. There's a very good start comes in from Ben Bowman.
Craig Mills, of course, has the probably unique double. The players playing here today of being not only a state player but a BPL Cup winner, winning the BPL Cup for his club maybe 3 or 4 years ago now with a memorable drive into the ditch.
Well, it's not unique because Nathan Black was playing 2 to him.
Nathan Black played that day as well. I didn't know that. Gee, that's it's a fair side then, the BPL Cup.
To be fair, whilst already showing a lot of talent, probably Nathan wasn't quite what he was at this point. But it was a good team. It's a great competition, the BPL Cup. You would know all about it.
Yep, indeed. On again next middle of next month, the BPL. Looking forward to that up at beautiful Club Pine Rivers. Stevie and his team up there, always great hosts. So looking for the latest of the BPL and of course the club version, the BPL Cup.
Wrong guy on the way up here. Can he hold the bowl? He's just going to drift underneath, but one close, one past. When down to a jack high bowl, never going to complain with that. Jono on his backhand on the tight side. Going to work up. Little touch.
Well played.
Good shot.
Nice shot. Started well, Jono Voigt.
Has.
A couple of bowls in and around the head and changed the head in the first end, so he's had a nice early start. Good feel for it.
Yeah, they are nice greens here. If you find them early, you can have some very good days. Interesting angles.
Yep, well
So
played.
nice, well played. Good spot.
Yep, both sides found it early, which is good to see. Playing almost ditch to ditch, probably 2 metres the jack off of the tee, but the mat right back, far as can go. So long ends for both sides at this point in time. Let's look again at Jono Voigt, looking to again and playing it well again. There's two cracking bowls.
Yeah, so particularly this way. I think his 4 bowls coming this way. He's got a combined gap between bowl and jack of about 6 inches.
Has a little shelf though, the Tasmania's opportunity to sit, although probably a little quick.
So Scott probably didn't need to change his weight much, but he's probably put a touch more on it. Still, rather be too big and too small to that.
Craig Mills, I'm sure they'd like to change this up somehow, Cameron. It's a juicy target there at the moment.
Yeah, got to get there first, I think.
He's probably drifting under it, Craig. Again, not a bad spot because the jack goes anywhere. It's probably going out to where his bowl is now. But it is a juicy target there. Either sit on the shelf or perhaps even go bigger. Now, what's the tactic here? No? It's like backhand.
Yep, I think it's just a question of how much weight they want to play, and it looks like more rather than less. It's not super firm, but making sure he's there.
Oh dear.
That changes things a bit.
A little bit of good fortune there. A couple of rubs from outside bowls has brought that into third shot. Nathan Black's going to swing Mills around now the forehand, provide a catcher just past his own previous bowl.
Yep, and if he is a bit tight and he happens to get down into the pack, it's not all bad.
I'm not sure he's getting behind the head, Cameron. In fact, he's not probably going to reach. Yeah, not one of Craig's best.
So the call is jack or the last bowl in the middle.
Really play onto his own bowl as well here, Cameron.
Yeah, I think
either or. Certainly good solid weight though.
Wants enough to get his own up and through. Josh Lording.
Having a good look, chasing Jack, and gets it
Yeah,
all
good
the way
shot.
through. Yep, well played.
Just needs to stay in now.
Not sure.
He's right on the. It's gone in the ditch, right on the peg line. Let me tell you.
Sure, if that stays in, that's going to be a horrible draw shot. Are you going to call the umpy? Let's see. And everyone's looking at each other. Craig Mills calls it out. Umpire.
No, they've decided it's out.
Yep. Umpire not required. Had the mirror ready to go, Steve, the umpire in the background, but no, not required.
He was keen.
Jack out of bounds.
He was keen.
Not a timed game, some different conditions of play for some of the different events we've had during the course of the last 10 days or so. So under 18s, for example, a timed event, so they jack back on the tee, where of course the open sides, no time limits on these games, so any jack out of bounds is just that, out of bounds. We'll replay the end. Looks like they've decided to leave the bowls down the end that the jack went out of bounds at, so they'll bowl now from the clubhouse end here at Sorrento.
Yep. Way too early scoreboard update. South Australia, Tasmania, 5-5 for the men and 6-7 in favour of Tassie for the women, but only after 6 ends each. Early doors yet.
course, the live scoring, no doubt, will be, I imagine, up and running off through the Bowls Australia
You'll be able to
website.
go through the live streaming portal. There is a link in the description to that. Be able to check in that throughout the day. It's not up to the minute live, but it is regularly updated once each of the games get into it a little bit. I imagine there are probably a couple games that don't have any scores yet, still at this point, but they'll be regularly updated throughout the day. You can have a look at how all the rinks and how all the aggregate boards are going.
Yeah, a little pace on this one, but it'll work round behind the jack. A metre through, perhaps.
Yeah, probably more on the side of 2 feet.
Skipper's happy with that. Ryan Guy now, just probably good enough for shot.
So we continue the tradition of on this rink, 2 leads playing opposite hands.
Yeah, it certainly happened in the girls' game the other day as well. Quite different, contrasting styles.
We had 2 leads start on the same hand yesterday afternoon, but they didn't finish there.
Yeah, overcorrecting a touch.
Yeah. Bit of a gust into the face as well.
Yeah,
which wouldn't have helped.
Breeze at the moment would be over their left shoulder, the players. A little more cross breeze, but certainly over their left shoulder. So the backhand for the right-hander will be the wide hand. See if the breeze helps this one back.
Track should be alright. Turning down and count.
Yep. Skipper happy
Just
with that.
about. Good spot in any case. Such an important spot to have bowls at this level. Players are just so good at moving jacks, sitting bowls. So having position, very important.
Scott Summers now, he's probably looking to match those back 2 bowls, and that would look like he's done just that. Jono Voigt is on a terrific track here, Cameron.
It is. It's a lovely line. It's just got to finish.
Just got to arrive that last couple of feet.
Just got to finish it past to the front.
Might get it. Might have to require swing around to the forehand. Nope, stays on the backhand. Thinks they can just drift.
Well, there's plenty of, you give it plenty of air out there. It does move late for you.
Not where he wanted it to go though. It's ducking under the head. Breeze helping it across the front of the head there.
Greg Mills, can he beat this front bowl? Any touch on Jono Voigt's last would have made absolute sure of it. I think we'll just see mostly draw shots at this stage. Still plenty of room.
A little higher, but yep, just lost the weight a little. Push back. That's the backest bowl on the end.
So Craig Mills probably looking to find a good metre on his last. First stage is clear the front. One touch on joint. That makes it one for sure. My apologies, I'm mixing my bowls up actually. It's still early days. They will actually be holding a couple. So there's Ben Bowman's bowl on the other side at the front of the head. Just loading with some raking weight through the front here. Looking to bounce off something, get a bit of jack, which he does.
This time it stays in.
Just about. He's probably made a good couple, I think.
I'm not sure how they'll play this. I imagine they might play the forehand because there's some virgin ground out there outside of the peg.
I think we saw yesterday that if you got out into that zone, it did run a little bit slower. But that was yesterday.
I think there's probably room. I think the bowl should get held up with the breed, so they decide to play the narrow forehand across the front of the head. Nope, Nathan Black looks like he's going to play backhand. To see how this reacts out here again on land that hasn't been played on. He's very close to the jack here, Cameron.
He is.
He is very close to the jack here, Cameron. He has got it right in the guts.
That's a good shot.
And he'd love the jack to be in the ditch, but stayed up.
Yeah, 6 inches or so.
Yep, looks like Taylor Mayle's going to go flat out at the jack, either get the jack or kill it.
He does back himself on these.
He's close.
Oh,
gee whiz.
we're signing up to play for Freo. We could use a few more goals. Mighty effort though.
Sure, Nathan will be happy to draw second shot here. Sure, he'll play right to the jack, second shot, and then look for Taylor to perhaps miss again if he plays the running shot again. Got a pretty good line on it from our commentary spot. He's certainly under the head this time.
Probably a bit under his first line, but
will it stay up? Will it dig in? Very close. I think he's played a terrific bowl. Yes, he has.
Doesn't build the target either. So
now, decisions here. Yep. Team is happy to go again. So Taylor will look for the jack. Either in the ditch or out of bounds. This time
just the other side.
To the other side.
So 2 shots to Nathan Black in South Australia. They did have control of that head for the vast majority of it. So Matt right back, middle of the line, or the line doesn't come all the way up to the 20 metre mark, only about 21 metre mark, sorry, only about halfway. So on the longer side of 3/4. Lovely weight here from Ben Bowman. Is going to get down for him a bit. Handy. Handy is the call. I would agree with that assessment.
SA now sneaking out to a 12-5 lead.
Yeah, and it's
the aggregate.
Wayne Rudiger's rink has got themselves a bit of a break. 6-1 to begin the game, so a number or two there to begin.
The ladies couldn't get any closer. 9 all on 9 ends.
One more each, they'll be even. There's Ryan Guy with another good start. Leads are settled in reasonably nicely.
For our West Australian viewers, just looking over at the WA Victoria boards, looks like Victoria, nice jump start, particularly in the ladies.
Bit stiff there from Ryan, punching up Ben's shot.
Two boards I can see Victoria 7-0 and 5-0, so they've got a nice kickstart against the West Australian girls, who really do need to win at least that game today to stay alive for any medals. Again,
Voigt in the area. Needs to run a touch. Another second.
looks like the boys aggregate forward 7-9 to Victoria, or 9-7 to Victoria on the ag board for the boys. But again, all on the live scoring. Check that Bowls Australia website and you'll see the live scoring links to all of the games, updated sort of every 5 or 6 minutes. Roving reporters, which are doing a great job. Keep everybody up to date. Very fine shot here.
Shot here. A bit of Jack, no, but he's still dressed into a good home.
Shot by Scotty Summers, Tasmanian second. Jono Voigt, South Australian 2, played very well playing this way previously.
Has. It's around the mark. Needs
well.
to hang.
He's played it well again.
Needs to hang. Good shot.
Yep.
Makes a couple.
He's enjoying playing this direction, Cameron. Terrific shots.
We've shown Scott Summers the way here. We'd love to play a very similar shot. Just needs to turn. Needs to turn. Good shot. That's what we're talking about before, with that position just behind the head being so important. Players just so good at those shots. Don't often miss two. Craig winding up here.
Yeah, just a hard jack to get to. Let's open something up for himself or the skipper.
Got a bit moving, but still a fair bit there at the front.
Yep. Although probably a gap there now to get onto the green and yellow bowl. Certainly if he hits it at that pace, it's killing, you would think.
You would think.
But there is a gap there now. He's opened up a hole, so they can play through that port, that front port to the green and yellow bowl if necessary, if they decide to go big again. Just wonder how Tassie will play this one. I don't think there's a lot of point in covering here, Cam, because I think the jack could go anywhere. So yeah, it could go back, could go forward, go out of bounds. So I think just crowd the head.
Loading. That's probably a pretty good shot. Does get past in case it stays in. There is sort of a way it can rattle around and stay around.
Yeah, skipper's called. Same shot. Straight up the pipe here. And you'd be fairly confident it's going to kill if he does get that green and yellow bowl fat. Doesn't. And no change to the head itself. Fringe bowls being knocked out of bounds now. Where are Tassie going here?
Taelyn looks deep in thought. I think he may just...
I suppose really in many respects you don't want to go too close to it at all. Any touch of the pack could well give the shot away. So I think he's pretty happy to be out where he was last bowl. Out with that green and yellow bowl out the side. Somehow cover out there, which he's done
Yeah,
successfully.
anything in and around that area is going to be pretty handy. You'll get right past. Let's say, looking at the camera angle, there is sort of a little rattle that it can send it back. It'd be unlikely, but it's possible. So, not the worst.
Well, if SA could get onto that green and yellow bowl, it's just sort of, you can see half of it. Just with a metre or so, it will probably squeeze out to their other green and yellow bowl at about 4 o'clock. It's a very precise shot, or we'll skip a black again, go flat out. No,
So not as much as Millsy was.
A little swinger, really. Just looking for some contact on that pack. Any contact,
a lot of swinging.
Benefit. Now, Taelyn, interesting to see again. What do you do here? He's anywhere away from the head and try and cover all the corners, I imagine. Make sure if it does spring out somewhere, they don't go down any sort of number. Playing the backhand again. I guess you'll get into that sort of back 45-degree angle type area. Certainly wide of the head.
So he doesn't seem super happy with it.
Yep. Well, no, that is good as anywhere.
Craig indicating there is a chance that that can splash sort of through the two back bowls and into a bad spot.
So, forehand. Nathan Black. I'm not sure in the end what the plan was, but he's trying to cover that 45-degree angle. If it does kick out,
You can see on your monitor there. You get it middle enough. I think you can get it to sort of rattle through. And I think that's where they're trying to cover. Can sort of get off the lot of blue. The other option is having a look at, looking at that cone, just seeing if it sort of sneaks past. The SA ball sneaks past enough to make 3 or 4.
You're looking at all the angles, that's for sure.
It's not without risk. They're sort of looking at peeling the ball out. Decisions.
Just wonder whether he almost doesn't play the bowl. I think we've all seen enough bowls now to try and second guess where this jack might go. It could go anywhere, depending on the angle he hits and the speed that the jack is hit with. Certainly had plenty of chats about what may or may not happen. Let's see if he puts something into practice. At the moment, I have no idea. Oh, he's actually playing backhand. Well, nobody's looking at anything, so that was all anticlimactic.
A bit on the high side.
Well, it is.
I think he was trying to splash it, or maybe if he got to the outside of the white and purple bowl, whether it would kick the ball out enough. Maybe a little bit of contact on their shot bowl, but clean enough for a number. Either way, they'll take one. Which takes a score to 3-2 on 4 on this rink. And interestingly, both sides sort of playing a similar length, except Tassie putting the mat where the jack was, and the jack on the tee, whereas South Australia putting the mat on the tee.
Just a quick glance over the shoulder at the Queensland Northern Territory game. NT boys have got out of bed and up and at 'em, so they're leading Queensland 15-11. Early days, of course, but 15-11 on the big board. Other way around, the Queensland girls, though, similarly have got a good kick away, 22-6 after 12 ends.
One guy with a trail. About 2 feet round the corner. Got it right in the middle. And Bowman in good areas, just running a touch short. That was the weight for what it was.
Might be a little excitable with this one, Cameron.
Yeah.
Got the jack the first time, but on the... Right. How can Ben Bowman respond? Anything just past his own will be beneficial. I think he's done just that. It's a fine shot.
Well played.
Yeah, it's a terrific shot.
That's a very good spot in reply to the jack-eye bowl. Just down, but gives chances. Makes it hard to for Tassie and for Scott Summers to fix this up.
Pretty good line though, Cameron. Right behind this line. Yeah, it looks like he's got jack, or he's going to hang on.
One right around the area. I see the call instantly. Sit trail. For Jono Voigt. The loop's not bad, but I think he's got some running to do.
Yeah, he's going to run out of puff. A couple of feet short.
Scott also in the area, but
pretty bit similar.
Very similar, but just lacking that touch of weight. Jono looking like he's got a bit more.
Yeah, he might have overcooked this one, I think. A little overcooked. Just trying to make sure he wanted to reach that time. Hits the ditch at some pace.
Lording looking for a bit of turn here. Be another one around it.
Mills now. Again, he's certainly got plenty of weight on this. Just not going to work for him though. It's going to probably sit that last bowl, work in.
Does put another one in a good area for a trail. for a little bit of a correction to help tidy this up. It's a bit more of a fighting line. Sneaking around the front. Gets to a good spot. It's a good shot. It's played that well. Calls a fraction more. Calls for Craig Mills on his backhand to get the jack off the shot bowl and into the well. He's just not quite going to get down. It will, even though that is the wide side, still will hang with a bit of weight. Grass at Sorrento is Sandarano, and it does tend to do a lot of its turning later on in the piece, so it can be a little straighter with weight than what you perhaps think. So, sort of a delicately poised head. Both teams looking to play up to the head in order to make it better for their team. Taelyn
just going to fade across. He's going to work in off here.
Well, he has turned Scott Summers' bowl up for another. He has filled the hole. One thing that is going his way though is the jack touching Scott Summers' bowl. It kicks out. You can see Josh Lording's last bowl just behind Nathan's right leg there. And Taelyn's has ended up on that side of the head as well, just off the bit, just inside the boundary peg. So if Jack does squeeze out to that side of the head, they do have two there, depending on the weight. And Scott's potentially following it too on the split. But we'll see what Nathan can
playing
do.
Forehand.
Needs to be run through the hole at the front and the for the jack in the ditch, I will assume.
He's looking closely at it too. Keen on it.
That's a good shot. That is very stiff. He's played that beautifully. The rattle, not ideal. Spitting out and probably slightly forward as well. Definitely deserved better that shot. Now Taelyn with the opportunity to lock this down. Certainly in the area, just needs to ease off a touch. Ooh, and it's found a running bit into the well. So Nathan Black now with room to draw the shot. This is the advantage of what he got with his last.
Very close too.
Yeah, he's just going to hang on a touch. Think so. Yep.
Yep, got the shot. Well played.
Well played. Deserved more with his first. Would have been holding 2 or 3. But does get the 1. Did give himself the room to draw the shot. We've seen some nice draw shots actually from Nathan today already going that way. Drew 2 a couple ends ago. To the jack in the ditch. Gives South Australia a 4-2 lead after 5 ends here on this rank and a 17-8 lead on the overall board. And in the women's it's Tasmania 21-14 after 17 ends, and none of the rinks are close. There's an 11-0 to South Australia, there's a 10-1 to Tassie. And there's an 11-2 to Tasmania. And Bowman coming up a little short with his first. Still on the longer stuff.
Those ladies' scores are quite unusual, Cameron, aren't they? 1-10, 11-0, 2-11. All over the place.
Been looking for about a yard of running. He's found probably twice that. Let's get a handy home. I'm looking to drop a couple of metres now and be the first to nail it. Of course, the event is brought to us by Tourism Western Australia and the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries, who have done a great job in securing the Nationals for Western Australia and bringing the best players in the country to Perth. And of course the City of Joondalup as well. We thank them for their support. All three clubs, Warwick, Joondalup and Sorrento, where we are today, within the City of Joondalup. As Jono Voigt draws the shot in his favourite direction. Scott Summers with a pretty good reply, just needs to run just that couple foot to a yard. Jono's interested again. I think he thinks he's pretty similar. In fact, he's better. Turning down. Two well played shots. So probably nothing for short here for Scott. As he's running. He's running. Good shot. Craig Mills' call looks to be switching to the forehand. Either pushing up Ben Bowman's bowl, sneaking underneath it to Jack, or the last bowl from Scott. And he's in the area. He's in the mix. He's just got to run. It was an excellent track.
Certainly a tight contest, Cameron, 4-2
has
after
been.
5 ends.
All the heads have been pretty tight and well contested.
All singles apart from just the 2 to SA on the third end.
Loading with that long lunging delivery from the big man. Drifted to a handy sort of a spot, although they do already have the back reasonably well covered through Ryan Guy's lead bowls.
Craig Mills, but I think he's just left it a bit shy again.
He's
just turning away a little bit similar to his previous bowl.
Yep, no, good line again for what he wanted underneath to the to those two bowls of the jack, but
just lacked a metre or two.
Yep. He's sort of, that's actually probably been a bit of a pattern early on for Craig, to be honest. He's dropped short with a couple of them. Just like to see him find that extra. It's probably just a touch slower than he feels. Josh tries to work in on the backhand. Beautiful weight.
(9:25) Perth time now. Good crowd building, particularly as you'd expect over the WA Victoria game. a smattering of people watching all of the rinks, which is great to see.
Some good sounds from a Western Australian point of view coming from the Cody Packer ring.
It's been Nathan just trying to squeeze in that front port. He's probably just
a
quite
shy of it.
Opens it up now though.
Does.
Opens up for his next shot.
Taelyn looking at playing a similar shot here, getting onto Scott, pushing it to the two bowls of Jono Voigt, the two purpley ones maybe, or
maybe all the way through, perhaps Cam as well.
He's got one though. He doesn't want to sort of half it out and kick Jack and not go with it. I think it may be a case of playing the opposition shot first.
Little conference, and Taelyn asked they side happy with the shot that they talked about, and they are. So
it is always worth considering.
On the forehand,
playing your opponent's shot first. It's usually better if you get it than them.
He's close. He's looking at it. He's looking closely.
Touch. Well, that'll do.
I think he's done the job.
That's made it quite different. One or two. Created gaps. That quite well. And TAS have a lot of the back stuff. It's sort of 1 in 4 behind the tee.
Yeah.
And Black big on the forehand. Looking to run the jack. Ooh. Didn't miss by a whole lot. Was looking for jack in the pit, or maybe if he was a touch tight, the front bowl could do some nice things. I think we'll see Taelyn back to the draw. Down to third, or second or third. Just looking over to rink 3, it looks like Scotty Thorborn's hitting everything.
Taelyn Maher looking to get around that front green and yellow bowl.
He's not around it, but there is the port underneath if he can hang.
Just drifted off. And it's
I'll pick up a double.
2 to Tasmania.
Takes us back to level, 4-4 after 6 ends. Good to see a healthy viewership. Just a reminder, well, for those trickling in from Facebook, we do apologise. We can't stream through Facebook as we normally would. It's a problem on Facebook's end where they won't let us. So hopefully we'll be able to resolve that in the near future. But for now, tune into the Bowls Australia YouTube channel for your live streams. Every game is live streamed onto YouTube, irrespective of whether it is going onto Facebook. There's Ryan with a good start here. Little trail, but 4-inch trail. You can also access the description if you're on your laptop or computer. You'll be able to see the description. It will show more, and likewise on your phone, underneath the title of the video, be a little dot more in bold. You click that, and there's a bunch of interesting links, and as well as the teams competing. It's been just dropped into a nice position past the head. Ryan again looking in the zone. Guess his bowl would be better. Trail's good too. Better one. But yes, those links include our live scoring link, our results link to our bowls link. So you can stay fully across the competition. Scott Summers close, getting around the front. Another good shot. To be an interestingly set up head. Call from Nathan for Jono is turning up through their own on the forehand or trailing the jack. Nearing a really hold. Oh, that's turned up the South Australian bowl. It's close. Scott Summers, good height again. Lovely weight on this one. It's well played. Taking him behind the jack end for shot. So Jono lining up big, looking to whack the pack. We're going to clean as many bowls out as he can. And he got a lot moving. One to South Australia, and the head looks a fair bit more open than it did 10 seconds ago. Loading on a pretty good track.
Yep, played
well
that well.
Played.
Yep.
Draws it back for shot. After that big smack of Jono Voigt, we now have 4 bowls on the bank. Nice even split as well, 2 each.
Breeze still up here, Sorrento, Cameron. Plenty of cross breeze, if you like. Probably over the player's shoulder as Craig Mills playing with weight.
Going to run the jack of the bowl. Just underneath. We need to change a whole lot. A little bit of jack around the corner would be very nice. Which he's got to be in the hunt again, doesn't he? That's a great shot, just looting. Making 3 and hiding it. Puts Craig Mills back on the draw. Not sure he's here.
Yeah, just drifting under the head. Breeze helping.
Blake might have been good to enough to cut one out with good line, although he probably would have just missed it on the back of it anyway. So Taelyn crossing over, 3 up. lead out of fourth. Huge shot on the their last bowl, Josh Lording, to turn it into 3 and bury the jack.
Just a little high, I think, Cameron here. I don't know it's going to. Hang on. No.
Just about got back to the line. Just about. His confidence should be high. He's drawn quite well coming this way. Is he going to run?
Yeah, not quite there. Hello, Mail. Can you just take a couple of feet off his last? Just flopped into the ditch. Let's get to hurry now this time.
Might be going too far the other way. Mind you, he's only got to pass that.
Yeah, it's still got in, and he's got the thumbs up from his side.
So it doesn't look it on the
3
screen. Down. Craig's saying 3. I think his weight would have been good enough if he didn't hit the front though.
Gives him either option, forehand or backhand draw shots. Decides on the forehand. Should be the narrower hand with his breeze with a little bit more across now. He's chasing it. His team's not getting overly excited, but can he find a hole?
Finds the hole.
And that helps. It's got. Oh, it does it.
I wanted to look out. It's only still 1 to a Tassie.
Kicks the one out. 2.
2's the call. Cut the front one out. No touch. It was possibly cutting an extra one out. So good couple of ends to the Tassie boys, back to back.
2 to Tassie.
Just taking a look around the grounds a bit. Queensland women 35-18 over the NT, a third of the way through. Queensland women, the Queensland men 25. I was going to get a score into someone in front. 25-18. And looking across the rinks as well. Across the ACT 8, New South Wales 27. Aaron Wilson 19-1 in front, doing a lot of the damage. That's a big lead after 6, Ken. So they dropped it in, so it's 19 in 5 ends.
Yep.
And the women ACT 9, New South Wales 23. And over on for the home side against Victoria, the men lead for Western Australia 13-9, while the Victorian women lead Western Australia 22-10 as of our last score update on the Bowls Australia live scoring page.
Yeah, Lisa Phillips doing the damage there for Victoria, leading Christina Christic 10-1. Although I can see from a distance that WA have grabbed the mat, so they will be a little bit better than 10-1.
Shot there. Ben Bowman, it's number 1 so far. On its way. It's around the place. Looking for a touch of weight. Have been given the word that we are now live on Facebook. We've been permitted to start streaming again. So those who prefer Facebook, it's Back available. Jono Voigt on the way down. Turns his teammate's bowl up. He's got Summers. Can he get down?
Might creep around and drop in the back door. Oh, he's
It's a
tried.
pretty good shot.
Yep, he's tried.
Craig's just blocking our view, but nearly second. Probably even. Jono working down now with interest. He's just going to hang off on that tight side. Looking for a roll out of either of the two South Australian bowls at the front. Confident draws the call. Could fall off the shot bowl. Gets the jack. Little trail again is very nice for Tassie.
Looking hard. Kane, can he's got that front port.
So he's found the hole. He actually had chances through his own at the front or off that bowl that he just missed. So the hole was about the only thing that didn't work.
Craig Mills on the backhand. Flat draw. Try and get through that little front port. She's played pretty well. That's a good shot here, Cameron. Yep, he's got the jack in the middle and will run with it.
Nice shot. Probably a better one. Bit harder to get to. Makes Josh change his shot. Be looking to get through the same port. See if he can draw right up to the bowl. A little bit of jackage.
Called a similar shot as Craig Mills was.
Yeah, just on that high side. Get stuck on that high side, particularly with any weight.
Yeah, Bree's hurting.
If on that hand, as I say, particularly with weight, I think if you start calling bend, you're in trouble.
Now, Craig Mills looking to replicate his previous bowl. It looks a little quicker out of the hand. Probably come to a fair spot down the back, but
Does help. Gives him another one past. So you can see on the screen the front hole they'll be trying to get through between the blue and the purple. Through that hole down to the bowl. It's the likely call. He clears the front, he is in the zone. Good shot here, Taelyn Mail. That's a good shot. Deserves a touch more. Just sort of got the jack not quite, so the bowl not quite full enough to get it through. It locked in and a little too much of it to get to the jack in the way you would hope.
It fell out rather than, hopefully, for his sake, falling in. So, again, Craig Mills, the South Australian third, has called Nathan Black on a very similar shot. If he can move that jack away from Taylor's next shot. Going to play again that same port, which players have played very well. He's pretty keen on it again. Has he got this bowl or the jack? Oh dear. That's
It's probably
quite extraordinary how it would get through there.
he's probably played that a bit quicker than he wanted, I think. Don't think he meant to have quite that much weight.
It's a strange topsy-turvy game with the SA Tassie girls. Seems to have evened up 24 each after 24 ends.
Say that, there's still one rink that's 13-1 and another one that's 12-3 the other way. So looking a little tighter with this one. Actually, I think the wind is down a little bit too. I think you might have got the reversed gust.
South Australia holding shot still. Going to come down and have a bit of a look at his own options. Craig Mills saying he's not a huge fan of the backhand shot now.
No, I don't think there's much reason.
Flat forehand?
I think flat forehand. You get to the outside of Ben Bowman's green and yellow and tip that in, it just about counts or fall off the edge of it. Weight is important though, it does need to be reasonably delicate.
Absolute flat draw, not a wide line. Not sure that's trying to get back to
If you can get down to Ben Bowman's bowl.
No change.
I'll take one. Breaks up the momentum a little bit. Ben putting the mat straight back onto the tee.
Well, playing pretty similar length ends, Cameron, aren't they?
Yeah, that one was probably a little bit shorter than what we've been having, but we've been mostly on the 3/4 alongside.
Yep. Mat back on the tee and probably a metre and a half short of the tee at the other end.
Something you will see at this level, a lot of teams do like playing tee to tee.
It's a solid start.
It's a pretty good shot as Wayne Rudiger plays a whop next door.
At SA Rink, that was margin, now blowing out to 16-1 after 9 ends to Kate Argent Bowden. 16-1 after 9 ends. It's the difference really between the two sides.
We're looking for a saddle correction. It's probably just overdone it a touch, but he's still in the area. Well, guy's been pretty solid. He's played some very good draw shots, but he's also probably lost a couple a bit quick at times. Just going to drift under on this one. Trying to Voigt right in the zone, just needs to release.
Yep.
He's played that well.
Number 1.
He's been very solid.
Yeah, nice line, but just overcooked it a little bit. Voigt can replicate his last. Backhand. Looks a pretty good line, Josh. Yep, it's another fine shot.
Yeah, he's played them both well.
Yep, two goodies. That'll be two for Jono Voigt.
Battling to hold the line out there. Did rip a bit. Extra puff of breeze over our shoulders.
Yeah, breeze still very solid. Very solid wind. It's not a breeze, a wind really here at Sorrento. Easterly breeze. Blowing pretty well over the left shoulder of these players. Craig Mills sets it out on a good line. Just going to hold that line. He's going to drift under.
Boy, what's the lead jack now?
Nick of the jack. Josh Lording looks
a nice
to run
track.
that line. Yeah, just again needs to hold that breeze, pushing it across the head.
Well
He's played
played.
it well.
Lovely weight. Good second, I think.
Craig Mills would be love to just get across the head and sit that bowl out, or push the jack. Probably even better, jack down the line. He's close to that. Very close to
Played
that.
it well no matter what.
That's number one.
Well played shot.
Yeah, Josh Lording looking to improve on his previous. Needs to hold a fair way, I think, here, Cameron. I think that breeze is going to hurt.
He's trying. Trying mighty hard. It's two good bowls anyway. Two right around the area does give Taelyn something to play to. They did need a couple close bowls.
Okay, so Nathan Black looking to just reach the head. He's going to need some help from the front bowl, which he just misses and it drifts away. Weight's probably pretty good, but again, it's that breeze working the bowl left to right across the head. Now, Taelyn Mail now looking to little potential opportunity. Get the jack moving sideways, or will he go?
Going bigger for both
Yeah, I was
bowls.
going to say, will he go big, straight up the line? Looking at it, looking
Close.
at it. He's very
Both. Great
and
shot.
peels them both out. That's a wonderful shot. Wouldn't think he'd be able to do that and not get jack, but that's exactly what he's done.
He does play that weight very well. Plays it very, very well. So, all of a sudden, Tassie holding two.
Nathan Black just be a flat backhand draw. The jack down the line will be a bonus, but I'm sure he's only just looking for shot. That'll do at the moment. It might be a little bit high and wide, I think, Cameron.
It'll get down eventually. It's more so his weight. Yeah, free spin for 3.
Little mini break. If we can land this shot.
Close here. Lovely track.
Needs to run. Needs to run.
That's
Good
a beautiful
enough.
set, Taelyn Mail.
Good enough. 3 shots for Tasmania.
Driving a draw.
First 3 of the game. Look, gets that out to
I think that's a 9-5.
9-5 on 9. That's it. It is only mini, but our first little mini break there for the Tassie boys. Helps their aggregate. SA up overall 28-22 on 28 ends.
Lovely start here from Rowan Guy.
Tremor shot.
Very well played.
Interesting forehand then, Cameron. So swung around to the wider hand.
Yeah, he's been playing the hand certainly going the other way quite a lot.
Ben Bowman playing up the narrower hand, and it's a pretty fine bowl. Won't get shot, but that's
a
good
really
as.
good reply. Beautiful reply. If I'm skippering and I see my lead do that after the opposition nails it, I'm very happy.
Ryan looking for something a little similar to his first. He's played it very well as well.
That's a great set.
And that will finish in a terrific
underneath.
spot.
Yeah,
Finish
it's a
it.
beautiful set. Players are, I reckon, just kicking it up a notch.
It's got the skipper interested.
He's close to holding the bowl, Ben Bowman.
Fine shot.
Gives him another one close in the area. 2 good sets. That last bowl certainly made it better for South Australia. Beautiful line again, just locking a metre. I think we'll see Jono just looking to arrive, nothing for short. It's at the bowl or try the jack, or can do it off their own bowl. He's in the
Jono
zone
Voigt.
too for the jack.
All
Beautiful
the way
shot.
through. Well, that just continues how he dominated this hand, going this direction back towards the Sorrento clubhouse. Jono Voigt has had it on a string. Bowl and jack. Bowl probably only 3 or 4 centimetres from the ditch. The jack probably a couple more. Certainly just what the South Australian doctor ordered.
It's got jars trickling in. Not necessarily the easiest place to draw to.
Skipper keen for Jono Voigt to put the jack in the well. Take the opportunity away from Tassie.
His own bowl's a toucher, so if he's a touch tight to the bowl, it won't go too far.
And looking.
Yeah, they're interested.
Looking really closely. Looking.
Has he got it? What a shot.
Oh,
Still, it's determined to stay up, but it's getting harder and harder by the second.
So,
Currently holding 3. 2 of them are absolute beauts.
he has left, unfortunately. There is a shot still to be played. They can trickle the jack in the ditch and and go with it. I mentioned they'll be playing for it, Cameron. I'm not sure they'll leave, try to dead draw it. I think you've got to play for that jack. Could be a few bowls in the ditch at the end of this end.
They might go with one just to cut out the front one that counts. But
no, he's chasing.
He's close.
Chasing and close. Well, they're happy.
Here's the hang.
Oh,
that's a great look.
Missed it by an impossibly small margin.
You'll see a similar shot from Craig Mills.
First to get in the ditch effectively.
Yep.
First to sink the jack. We'll win the end.
Well, you've got to think if Craig Mills can bury this, he's basically guaranteeing South Australia at least 3.
Yeah, it's a number. All on its way. Yep, skipper's looking at this. Teammates are on their knees. Yeah, he's probably just under. Not sure it had the weight to get to it either.
Yeah, it probably had they had weight to draw another with no line, or line to run it in with no weight.
Yep, skipper going for something similar, wanting the Josh to be positive.
Mighty effort with his first, was very close.
Certainly has the weight. They're looking.
He's close
this time.
Oh, he's got the bowl clean.
No. Goodness me.
He's played 2 great shots for no result there.
Now, Mills certainly got the weight this time. He's looking to get this jack in the ditch for this very unusual looking 3.
Just on the wide side. Well, it sort of is. Tasmania not only need to get the jack in the ditch, but they actually they've got to get, as we look at it now, the left-hand side of the jack.
Yeah.
Because a back cut will just run it straight back to the 2 already in the well, so they've got to actually get the right side of it.
You back cut, the jack's going to sit between the
yeah.
between the 2 bowls in the ditch.
That won't be very helpful at all.
Not a lot you can be able to do with that. All right, game of millimetres really. What's the skipper done? Again, they're on their knees. Again, they're close.
Again.
Has he got the legs to get to the jack?
He's played this more as a draw shot.
Has he got the legs?
What a great shot.
Oh, that's extraordinary.
And wraps him behind
shot.
it too.
And a toucher.
Hasn't that changed the complexion of it?
And a toucher. Goodness me.
He's
that was long odds that suggest that they were going to get shot out of that without the jack going in the ditch. That's quite extraordinary.
That's a lovely shot. He's really finding his rhythm. That's 3 absolute beauts in a row from Taelyn.
Now what? This will be interesting to see what Nathan does. Is he trying, flick the jack sideways? It looks like it's right in the middle of Taelyn's bowl, so flick the bowl or the jack.
Solid weight habit.
Has he got the edge?
Oh.
No, he hasn't.
That's probably his best, but maybe the edge of the bowl.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What chance of the jack going forward?
Say
here?
Jack forward a bit, Jack bowl into the well, and Jack goes forward and sideways a bit. One thing you don't want to do if you're Taelyn is give him a bowl.
Yep, don't move the jack.
Don't move the jack, and don't give him an angle so he can come off your bowl to get to the other one with a bit better contact.
Yeah, if it stays up, it's a pretty good shot. Jack does get flicked to the side. I think they'll take that, the Tassie boys, but no. Well, is he giving him an angle to get it out sideways? Inside of that last bowl could probably get the shot bowl out sideways now. He's playing with slightly bigger weight and looking.
It's a great shot.
Ooh,
Jack goes the wrong way.
Jacko's sprayed right out to the side.
I would say it's one to Taelyn in the well. They're going to have a quick look at the one Ben Bowman's bowl, which we can just see on the left of screen.
Yeah, Craig Mills, let's measure it.
They are going to have a look.
Well, it's quite an extraordinary end.
It was.
You've seen some shots there played, you know, almost ditch to ditch. Terrific. Well, in fact, more than ditch to ditch, wasn't it? Really,
the bowl in the jack in the well. Sorry. Yep. Taelyn hangs on. What a shot it was too. There was some fantastic shots on that end. Not all of them got what they deserved either. But Taelyn certainly did. Back touch up. Takes us to 10-5. Just looking over at the big boards, and the South Australian women trail by 1. Tasmania up 32-31, but we've talked about how weird those scores are. One of those rinks has tightened right up to 12 all, but we've got a 16-4 in favour of South Australia and a 16-3 in favour of Tasmania, which is the difference in the game. For the men, very, very tight, 28-27. As South Australia look to go a little shorter. Next all's really tightened up. That's all square, 12 all.
Yep, change of tactics here. This is the shortest end we've seen for the match. Back on the man on the tee, but Jack at the top of the line, so significantly different length end. So who can get it first?
That aggregate board's just been updated. It's 28-29 to Tasmania.
And that's a fair start here.
13-8 on the other rink. That's a good start, Ryan Guy. When he has nailed it, he's absolutely nailed it.
Yeah, very difficult, short end, breezy. Played that well.
Gonna let go for Jack. No, just trickle past. Queensland leading 42-23 over the Northern Territory for the women's comp.
Another good shot here, Cam. Another
good shot. It's a good set.
Dragging it back even further.
Was a little unlucky not to quite middle it.
Oh.
Ben Rex on the front. So someone's working under the front, trickling through. We'll match up the back one though, a handy home. Still a couple to Tassie. And Jono will get the shot, just a nice little glide off the shot bowl. Perhaps a touch overweight if he was trying to draw, but just a shot for it. Scott will now follow him down. He's pretty close. Yeah, he's right on top of this. Double knocker. Shape of this will look nice for Jono though. Can draw in off the bowl or trail the jack off it. Can sit it, doesn't need to hang on. He's trying. Another one in a lovely zone.
Lording, where's it got? It's the middle of it. Yeah, that makes it a lot better. Flops down. Back toucher. And through Ryan Guy's opening salvo, they sort of have spring covered both ways. Craig Mills down on his forehand now. Everybody can run now. Oh, it's a very good second shot. That does give him a chance with the little spring. Josh drawing up on the forehand, probably inside the back two. We overdid it a bit, but he'll end up with the back spot. Craig Mills a touch more on his, just a touch more on his last. Get up and spring jack would be very nice. Can you get down? Oh, just hung on the high side of it. There is the shot bowl, jack right behind the purple.
Let's have a quick look, Cameron, to the Victoria WA games. WA girls now have fought back and hit the front in the aggregate. About 3 shots up to the good. Hayley Packer doing the damage for WA, and the boys a bit similar. Got a dozen or so lead over the Victorians, and it's Blake Nairn up 18-4 over Dylan Fisher in that particular rink.
I have good memories of it's a very similar draw to last year, actually, by the looks. Blake played against Dylan last year, and I think it was about 15-4 down and got back and won. As Taelyn tries to drift in on the backhand, gets to a good spot, helps cover the spring if it goes too far.
You mentioned earlier on the broadcast, Cam, moving day really it is today for the sides. And critical results around the greens at the moment. Well, we see green next door, Rob McMullen gets a big drive and gets some luck. Comes off an outside bowl and clears the head.
Not much for Nathan on that one. There's a bit of weight and drifting underneath.
A little bit similar for Michael Sims. Big drive.
Sprung it forward.
Jack goes forward about 15 feet. Which will leave Scott Thulborn about 20 feet to draw another. Just needs to make sure he gets over the minimum length. Jack's come forward quite a margin. These are the ones you're shaking your boots really to make sure you don't muck this up. That's hardly come out of Scott's hand.
They look easy.
It doesn't have to get far.
They look easy, but they're not always. Tell you what, Scott's actually a touch runny, but
turned his back on it pretty good. Yeah, gives it the fist pump. It's 10 feet away, but it's the shot.
So Taelyn looking on the backhand just to make this a bit nicer.
And we'll connect up front. Just failed to get that port.
Might have made the South Australian shot look a bit harder. Won't be with where Ben has ended up. He won't be able to see a whole lot of the ball on the jack from the mat end. Won't be able to see just a touch. Wouldn't be surprised if we see him switch to the back end. The port just looks nice. Just doesn't necessarily mean it's the right shot. Just looks nice. Sometimes that can be helpful. Stick on forehand. Still looking for that. Probably that little pop to Craig Mills' green bowl. Has he cleared the front? Cleared the front. He's very close. It's a great effort. So one more for Tassie as we turn over the halfway point. .11.5 on this rink. A mighty tight big board. In fact, he couldn't get any tighter. 31, 31.
Ryan Grice, see what got them going the last end. This one just drifting under. Ahead, weight's fine. Just pushing back into the breeze.
It's around the place.
Again, a little similar, just under the head. Just wonder whether this will change hands. No, still staying.
I did ask the question, but
Yeah, staying on the left-hander's backhand. Again, just pushing back towards the Sorrento clubhouse. Little cross breeze, if you look at the screen now, from left to right, the breeze.
it's going to hang on underneath. Could
Hurting
even,
that bowl.
I was going to say, it could work off his own.
That little glide will help. Bowman staying on his backhand. Not sure if he's just going to quite arrive.
Yeah, just lacking a touch. Maybe we'll see Scott on his backhand maybe.
Yep.
Drawing up. Tell you what, in blustery conditions we've been treated to a very good game of bowls.
Yeah, it's not easy out there, I'm sure.
He's played this pretty well, Scott. Nicely done. Makes two. Yeah, but the last time we had coming down this way was quite exceptional, really. Gets to a nice spot.
That looks a little quick. Let's have a look and see what Jono Voigt's got. He's owned this direction this game. Looking to improve on his previous. He's certainly played this hand really well. And he's keen on this as well.
Well, he might be. His line's beautiful.
Keen.
Can he get a bit of jack?
Oh,
Not enough of it. Just skimmed through. Just look up at Tassie while we wait for the threes to change over. Just a reminder, you can get scores that are reasonably up to date on the live scoring portal on the Bowls Australia website. The link is in the description. currently. Northern Territory just falling behind a little bit against Queensland, who have made their move. 39-25 for the men and 45-26 for the women. As Josh Lording steps up to play the backhand.
Needs to run, I think, Cameron.
Yeah, just taking a touch, pushing up into that breeze. Over New South Wales versus the ACT. New South Wales 46 lead the ACT men 19, and the women lead 49-22. Couple of big scores. And the most up-to-date score on the website for that Western Australian Victorian game: 33-18 for the men in favour of the hosts, and 28-25 in favour of the Western Australians. Lisa Featherby, big winner over there at the moment. 13-2. Of course here, 32-1 in favour of, 32-31. One shot lead to Tasmania as Craig looks to work underneath. He's still looking to draw underneath that. In the women's competition, we do have a 5-shot lead to South Australia. Goes here, Kate Argent-Bowden's Rinks 19-4 lead. Josh Lording looks to get underneath. And he has. It's a lovely draw shot. We're still the 2, but it is better. In fact, Nathan's saying only 1.
Skipper calling for Craig Mills just to use that yellow and green bowl just in front of the jack to turn it up, turn it into the head. Fraction wide.
Yeah, going to drift on the high side of it. Get through the gap, you can just about get to the edge of the bowl through there too with that weight.
Taelyn is looking for that same backhand port as played by Josh. Certainly got the legs, he's got the line, just holding, no change. Now Nathan played the shot that he called Craig on, which was just a forehand draw, reaching, looking to get that yellow and green bowl up and over the jack, potentially down the line. I don't think he's got too many other options. I think the backhand's open. No, forehand it'll be. Might be lining up to go a little bit bigger here, Cam. No, just drawing, just reaching through the yellow.
Yeah, raking weight.
Through the yellow and green bowl.
Gonna hang on.
Oh,
That'll be 2.
didn't help the cause, but it might provide
I think
a gap.
we may see Nathan be a bit firmer.
Yeah, there's certainly that hole there now, isn't he?
He's last got the hole.
Straight through.
Move both the law up, move the jack so we can see Josh signalling to Taelyn where he wants him to finish, and it is behind the head, just covering.
Got a 45-degree angle from the jack. He's certainly out wide. Looks good weight. That's finish. Ooh, in fact, it's just running on.
He's running on. Needs to stop.
Gee, that just kept going and going and going.
So South Australia have just made a move. 6 shots in the last 2 ends on the other 2 rinks. Gives them a 5-shot lead. Good score here as well.
Yeah, options here. Straight up the middle.
So I think we'll see him be firmer. It was just a question of how firm. Might want to allow a little swing.
He's going to be pretty quick to keep it straight enough. Yep, it's 3/4 weight.
He's doing a touch. Good shot.
Got it. That's a terrific shot.
Both out. onto the jack and followed.
Yeah,
That could have made a bundle too.
Yeah, he likes 4, Craig Mills. 4
4
it
it
is.
is.
That is a huge shot.
Takes this score to 11-9, but more importantly, that gives South Australia a 9-shot break on the aggregate. It's been a big move with all 3 rinks scoring, including a couple of numbers.
First 4 we've seen of the game. We had a 3 on the 9th end from the Tassie boys, but that 4, it's first multiple they've really had since the 3rd end for South Australia, where they got 2 to make them 3. That big 4 now only gets them back in the rink, but as you said, Cam, gets a little margin, mini margin on the big board.
Sometimes that can be the catalyst, just a couple of numbers, all the rinks winning an end at the same time. Can make the scoreboard move pretty quickly. Up to Tassie now to respond.
So, Jack right back at the tee, and Matt fairway up, so only just a medium length end. Matt's a fairway, as I said, up right in front of our commentary table. Tee, Jack on the tee. Benny Bowman just slides through 4.5 feet. See Ryan now, left hand, playing the wide hand, away from the clubhouse here at Sorrento. Breeze behind him. Breeze will be helping him get back to the
nice
jack.
Start.
Fine shot here, Ben Bowman. It's a little bit, no.
Just trickles past into a good home though. So nice 2 to 3 foot past. And just drifting through, does help match the back 2 up if he stays up, which he does. Look like a bit of a lip saved him.
Jono Voigt, just a little on the high side, sliding past the head. And he will hang on.
Still plenty of room on the draw for both sides. Scott plays the tight side. Needs to run a bit.
Yeah, just
It does keep on chuggling a bit here.
quite arriving. Now, Jono just pull that last one back a little. Skipper asking it to ease up. It will be pretty similar to his previous, a little better.
They're all in a similar zone, all the South Australian bowls. Scott looking for a better meter.
He's played this pretty well.
He's pretty good job for the weight. Just trick or touch, but that's going to be a handy spot. Nearly fell in, but it also helps match up those 4 South Australian bowls. Craig just been looking to draw a shot here. And he's close, he's got to stop as well.
That's number 1.
Done the job. sort of indicating he feels like he's a bit quick. And he's correct. Just needs to do a little bit of work in, which he will. Yeah, that's the best one there. Josh Lording looks a better weight.
He's going to sit the pack here, I think, Cam. Where is he?
Hang on.
Oh, that breeze. Pushing.
Nearly drew the second shot. Any less and it was second. Big shot from Rob McMullen on the rink next door. 2 bowls out to make a bundle. As Nathan Black just a touch wide. Punched down and he set the shot bowl. And Black on the wide hand, looking to draw a counter.
He just might have pinched it a little bit.
I
This
think
one.
he'll be struggling to hang on.
Breeze won't help here.
Taelyn looking at all 3 of the closest SA bowls. Ooh, just clipping through.
2 shots to South Australia.
Both Craig Mills. First one to really nail it on that end.
Oh, good fight back. Gets us back
Has
to
been.
11 all.
It's been an important movement for the big board too.
Swing of the ladies' rinks. Kate Argent-Bowden are going on her merry way, leading young Talia 26-4 after 14 ends. Lainey McGorman and Beck Van Ash 14 all on 14. So that Argent-Bowden rink really got the gap out by 16 now in the ladies. So SA leading 50-34. Tassie ladies on 41 ends.
That far rink has come in as well. That was 16-3 to Tassie. It is now 16-10. So Ben Bowman draws a reasonable shot. Round the place sort of a shot. We're seeing Ryan Guy switch over. Has been playing the wide side quite a bit. Just a reminder, we'll be back this afternoon and have the hosts Western Australia versus Queensland ladies rink, starting from 1 o'clock Western Australian time. Bowls Australia do have on their Facebook page a time zone guide for conversion purposes, given that we've got 5 of them. Right now we're being treated to a very good contest between these two rinks, South Australia and Tasmania. Of course, we thank one of our major sponsors, the City of Joondalup. All of our host clubs have been within the City of Joondalup local government area, and they have been a fantastically supportive council of this event. Jono Voigt very close, got the jack. Lovely shot.
Loves this end. Loves this direction. Played well. Back to the clubhouse.
Of course, our other major sponsors, the Tourism WA and the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries, have been key to bringing the event here. Western Australia, walking on a dream. Come and have a holiday here. It's a fantastic place. I don't think we've had a single cloud in the sky for the duration of this event, Ken.
No, the weather's been outstanding, and it's going to be for the next few days. And of course, Australian Championships start Tuesday, and all reports are the weather will be a little cooler for that first day.
Jono zoning again. He is loving this backhand coming this way, isn't he?
Australian Championships kicking off on Tuesday with the triples. Here goes triples, fours, pairs, singles on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to bring the nationals to a conclusion. That will be Australian Championships, not here at Sorrento, but we'll head back to Joondalup, which was the site of the over 60s nationals last week. They'll take up the baton again to finish off the championships up at the Joondalup Bowling
Hearing
Club.
a fair bit of noise again over from the Western Australians, this time Daniel Trewella's rink.
A little bit of movement. Moving behind the head. Forehand draw from Craig.
He's got a little bit of running to do.
Yeah, he's going to
pull up. Tracks all time.
Just pulling up short.
He does turn a Tassie bowl up and cut one out of the head, but I think the way that Josh and Taelyn have been playing, it wouldn't have counted by the end anyway. Couple of people in the chat, Ken, commenting on Jono's performance. It has been extremely impressive.
Absolutely. No, played beautifully. As we said, more often than not, the hand or direction going back to the clubhouse is he's absolutely owned it this game. Just slide past here.
Another one in that zone, but they could use a close bowl.
It's Craig looking to another good meter on his previous.
Yep, no reason not to be there. Even if he slides past, he helps cover those three.
We certainly slid past because that's going in the ditch. A little overplay by Craig. Disappointed with that, no doubt.
Josh want to lose about a metre here and get something close. Make Nathan actually have to play a couple of bowls to earn any more shots that he wants. If you can get the shot, all the better.
Not sure he's going to reach either. A couple of 4 disappointing ones, I suppose, from the threes.
Weight looks good. Should count.
Yep. It's the second shot.
That'll be 3. comment saying it's not easy playing two. No, it's not. I know there's the old adage of the job of a two is to keep a neat scorecard, but it's so much more than that. And I think the further you get up through the ranks, the more important the position becomes as well, as leaders start nailing it all the time. The ability to turn over heads is critically important. Taelyn Mail, if he can get around the front, his weight looks spot on here.
He's played a
got
huge shot.
What a shot.
Oh, just squeezes the jack. Did he hang on to it? Fell over and squeezed the jack, which is
just down to Nathan Black's last, but it helps a lot.
Yep.
Instead of 3 and a free draw for 4. Probably fair to say that he's probably been Tassie's best, I think, so far in this game. He's played some huge shots.
Yeah, he has. Yep, skipped it really well. Really well. Both offensively and defensively. Saved shots, but also made shots. Nathan Black. Not too many options here.
Looks to be just trying to match up the back, Nathan, in case Taelyn decides to play some weight. Which, if he feels his bowl is protected, it could be worth looking, actually. Bowl onto jack for 3, but it's not without risk looking at that last angle. I think they're trying to figure out whether they play it smaller on the backhand or larger on the forehand.
You'd think you'd have to be pretty quick to play the forehand. Not a lot of room with those front yellow and green bowls. I'd suggest if he probably got if he wanted to play forehand and got that shot big, I'd suggest it's going to go out, because I think the jack will cop the white. Time will tell. Let's have a look.
We'll see if we find out. It's close. Oh, he's got the bowl. He's got the 2 bowls. As we said, wasn't without risk. But it was probably 4 if he got it.
Has he given them 1? We'll have a look for 2. Craig Mills confident that it is 2. Josh Lording will just make sure with the measure.
Be surprised if it wasn't 2, but I've been wrong before.
Kicked one
Not
out.
on the greatest angle.
And
It is tight.
it is tight.
And it's going to be just the 1.
1 it is. Always measure. There we go. On to SA, which gets their nose in front. This the 14th end. Tight game, this one. There's really been nothing in it.
Yeah.
Right from the first bowl.
In a cracking game. So as we turn for home, South Australia leading on both aggregate boards, 51-41 for the women. 19 ends left in that. For the men, get an update for you as soon as possible. Just slightly blocked view of the board at the minute. There we go, 48-36, South Australia's lead, 20 ends to play. So Tassie want to at least halve that in the next 10 ends, you would suspect. Good shot here from Ryan. Skied off the side of the jack. Really, this big change in aggregate scoreline has mostly come on the Sims versus Tholborn rink. The 2 very tight. Scott Thorburn out to a 23-9 lead. Queensland still enjoying healthy leads over the Northern Territory, both the men's and women's competition. It's been and Ryan sail past. Jono Voigt now on the wide swoop and backhand. He's in with a show. Played that well. Lovely shot again. See what Scott can do here. There is a nice little draw up to the shot bolt. Misses that, he can get into a good position. Turn their own up. It's a good look, it's a good home. Just slotting in behind now. Wouldn't want to change a whole lot here, Scott. Just working up on that forehand. It's close. Close to the bowl. Great shot. Tit for tat for the 2 seconds there. Can he get down? It's trying to work. Down to the shot bowl. What a shot, Craig Mills. Falls across off the shot bowl for shot. Not necessarily the easiest yet. Tassie. Do have one past the tee. The very bottom of your screen, but Jack's pointing more out sideways. Very interested here. Josh Lord, can you get down for Jack? That's a great look and it does set them up. The couple just passed now. Rob McMullen with a good shot next door. Pretty handy spot here for Craig. Taelyn just decided to play weight and it bumps the Jack. That's roughly where it'll go. But interesting to see if they play a similar shot here. Just trying to drift down. Tough shot. Drift down and touch the Jack, or the other option, switch the backhand, crack an egg. Make one or two. She's looking. She's not going to pass the front. And running on into the well. Just a touch wider, so a touch longer with that one. Drawn past. Another one in that zone. Actually turns Craig Mill's spot. Bowls are quite a good spot. Just under the line. Gets up to theirs. Ooh. Another roll on that was very interesting.
Still popping out. Go on, Taz. Pick it up. Going well. Go on, Taz.
I think there'll be a fair bit of discussion here as to which shot they should play. Not really a lot on for them. Maybe drawing to beat the purple on the left. That's sort of what Craig Mills is indicating. Just get something in that zone. Just don't want to get too tight. Drawing to that spot that Craig Mills showed, just trying to get another one in that area if the jack does pop out. Just lacking a touch of weight. Up to Taelyn to figure out the best way. Forehand onto the purple. Or swooping down to the backhand of Craig. I think he will look to just push onto the purple. Give her a bit of a nudge. They're looking. Gonna hang a bit. Bowl to bowl to bowl. Got plenty moving. Be tight between those two, the blue and the green. We don't have the best angle. Well, it's a little standing around looking. I think it's just calling the umpire, getting the calipers in. So it's between those two. Craig Mills, the black and green quadrant, and Scott Summers bowl, the light blue, white and black bowl. As umpire Steve Beckwith comes in. Won't meet a keener bloke than Steve to get involved in just about every way. Playing, umpiring.
Need a steady hand here, I would have thought, Cameron. Very close.
Tight. Look at this angle. Look at the angle we get of this measure.
That's great work. Great work, Mitch. Doing a production today, getting all the angles. Look at that. Won't get much better than that.
We'll know if Steve messes up anyway.
Yeah, don't move that jack, Stephen. Nice advert for Drake's Pride. Okay, Aero V Dynamic. Aerodynamic. And
I think Craig might have just won that.
have
It
another
looked
third
like
look
it was
as the requirement.
fairly firm a touch. Yep.
Yep.
One to South Australia. They just hang on. Well measured by Steve. I must say, Ken, the Aerodynamic is probably the best named bowl.
Aerodynamic.
Just the adding of the two, aero and dynamic, together to make another word. It's probably the best name of a bowl in my.
Well, work there. Say now, squeeze out. Haven't scored the last 4 ends, Tassie boys. 4-2-1-1.
Rinkside Clive Adams' stats will show then. We'll see how they go. The stat is, I think, 85% of the time, if you win 4 ends in a row, you win the game.
Well, that's what they've done. 8 shots on the bounce for the SA boys.
Yep, and another solid start from Ben Bowman.
Making a difference as well to the egg board. 52-39 now to SA. Really need this rink, the Tassie boys, to get their nose back in front.
Definitely.
Look across on the third rink. Steve Beckwith back into it again, back on the knees, doing a very tight measure.
Good set from Ben Bowman. Been solid.
Getting the bowls all chocked up is Steve. Actually got the laser measure out by the looks of this one.
Ryan's first
Peels out one.
trickled past into a good spot. Can you make the subtle correction? Right attach. It's right around the place. Looks a good second from here. Sounds like the Victorian women are making their move.
Yeah, had a quick peek.
Good shots over there.
Yeah, had a peek over there a moment ago, and a couple of big bowls. One from Lisa Phillips.
As Jono just draws another one in.
Peeling out
Yes, he does.
a couple of WA bowls for a small number. So yeah, I think they've got a little bit of momentum, the Victorian girls.
Scott with a pretty good reply here. Still be wanting to look down, but very well played shot. Jono just play a similar shot. Is it almost worth just getting Ryan to change this for the sake of trying to drop stuff in Jono's line coming this way? This backhand this way. I know we've harped on about it, but he really has been terrific.
A quick look on that second ring. Robert Mullins
Just as a pump him up.
had some luck. Big running shot. Big glide off a front bowl, and it's almost chased the jack to the ditch.
Scott Summers in the zone again if he can run. Just lacking a touch. Foot and a bit. That's all it was. Craig stay up here? He will. Gets in the best backward. Skipper Nathan Black very happy with that. Of course, we thank the City of Joondalup, terrific sponsors of this event. Wouldn't be surprised to see working down with a little bit of weight on the backhand here. Just over. Turning the last up. Landing a bolt. He's in and around the place. It's a good look. More on the draw than anything, that one. Of course, Tourism WA and the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries. Australia got so much to offer if you're looking for a holiday. Perth, Mandurah, the southwest, Margaret River, up north as well. Good shots by Craig Mills, just getting position all the time. Yep, calls a good meter. Got some chances if he can get it in the area, but he's just looking on the high side.
Grinding through. It'll stay up though. Or will it? Oh, nearly back.
Yeah, gets him to Bacchus.
Nearly back flops into the ditch.
Looks like one of the new model SRs.
Little discussion. Skipper and 3. Saw there from Craig Mills. Nathan Black backhand draw. Just sneak around that front bowl or lay it over, which will give him a chance with his next. Needs to arrive, just ducking under the head, quite get the length he needed.
Yep, I think we'll see. I think we'll see Taelyn with a good meter underneath as well.
Taylor playing with a little
So it might be a touch
extra
more
weight.
than that. Close, got Jack. Still one down.
Almost no change.
Still one down, just to a different bowl. Craig Mills asking for a little trail. You can see 2 bowls, a couple of bowls behind there. More so out to the side. You got Craig's on the 45. Ben Bowman's just in front. Sideways off those 2 bowls. Could make 3 or 4 shots. Not uninterested.
And that's a
It's a
huge
good shot. Makes 2.
Wow, that's a good shot.
Very good shot. I think we're looking at Taelyn playing a bit more.
SA boys now really putting some pressure.
Yep. Look at the jack
Scoreboard
here.
pressure.
Or the edge of the green bowl back down to the 2-shot bowls. Oh, he's got the gate. Almost anything off that front was a chance.
2 it
check
is.
right through, and that's another 2 to South Australia.
It stretches out those ends now to 5 in a row. Going from 11-5 to Tassie to 11-15. Now to SA. I say that there's been no discernible change, just you know, a bowl here or a bowl there, or you know, a tiny bit of luck, or all playing fine shots. All 8 players playing well. No discernible change in the game. No different, particularly no different mat lengths. Although SA again,
Got a little short.
they seem to play a little shorter up with the wind, which is where they are now, playing away from the Sorrento clubhouse.
Ben Bowman with a pretty handy looking start here. Just needs to turn down, which he will. Lovely shot.
Yeah, good reply. Well, Breeze will work it away from the jack.
Still in and around the area.
Bowman looking to replicate the first. A little more pace.
To his own. Not a huge difference in how close it is. Just one roll outward. Puts one in a good home. Just trundles through.
Aggregate board just stretching out now to South Australia, now 18 in front, 49 ends.
15 for the women as Jono needs to stop a touch, but he's a great spot. So, SA women up by 15, still 12 ends to go.
Yeah, memory was 24 all on 24 ends, the ladies. Now SA 60-45 on 51 ends. It's that Kate Arjun Bowden Rinker's got away 27-7. It's the guts of the SA lead.
Good shot here from
fightback.
Scott Summers.
Yep.
Well played.
Need a few more of those. The Tassie boys get back in this rink. Just need to stop the momentum at the moment of the South Australian boys of charging ahead 5 ends in a row, as we mentioned a moment ago, on the bounce. Breeze almost picking up again here at Sorrento. We can see the flags. They are at full flutter. Looking fantastic, all very colourful here at the club. But they...
Scott just crashing on the pack, turning a couple of balls down. Should be no change. Craig just crossing the line. If he hangs on, just running away a touch. What's Craig got here? Is he holding for Jack?
Is he chasing it? Yes, he stayed
He's
with
got
it. Stayed with it.
Got for one.
Just getting those, the one bowl and end that just SA boys that.
Well, that's made it look a lot better for the SA guys, because any little touches, all those 3 bowls just behind are all theirs. It's Josh working down on the forehand. Just hang off a bit. If it finds the edge of anything on that pack, he's getting to a good home. Interesting. Yeah, I think they're looking at just trying to tip Craig's last bowl onto Jack. You see there's 2 bowls just behind. They're both South Australian. Get the very outside edge of it. You sort of get it to the Tassie bowl. Yeah, that'll a bit more of a cover shot, I think. Yeah, from what Craig is showing. No, backhand.
A little high, I think, Cameron.
Yep. Just passed right back though in case Taelyn wants to go, so.
And it does so.
Which he is, so they might have been quite happy with that. Cleaned out a fair bit. Unfortunately for him, he's got his iron bowl moving as well. Let's take out a bit of the danger though. South Australia will still hold the shot with Ben Bowman's bowl. Straight behind the Jack.
Looking at the girls, WA Victoria. A couple of questions on Wales going over there. That is tight. WA leading only by the single shot now over the Vics, 44-43. Plenty of action sounds behind us too, the Queensland game. 44-43, WA Victoria on 47. And WA men kick clear, 51-28 on 46.
I think a big shot from Tristan Smallacombe is what we could hear to win his rink. The Northern Territory.
Win his rink, well, they've got through pretty quick. With still 5 ends to go in this game.
Taelyn back onto the draw and needs to turn. He's not far off. Going to get to the bowl and fall. It's a great look, but there'll be another one. South Australia, 6 ends in a row.
Yep. Tassie boys stuck on 11 at the moment.
16-11 is the score. 17 ends played. This is end 18. Scott Thorburn continuing on his merry way. 30-9 on rank 3 after 17 ends. Rob McMullen holds a slight lead. It's now 63-39 with just the 12 ends left. South Australia 24 shot lead to an end. It's the average they need, the Tasmanians need. On the converse side, in the women's competition, 16 shots, 62-46 in favour of South Australia. So that's tightened up a little bit, but only 10 ends left. Very nice start. On guy. Ben Bowman looking for a slight correction, both line and weight. Looking good. get down to the inside of the bowl. He doesn't need to. Just draw the shot. Very well played.
Coming up with the big shots, the SA boys, in the last few ends. Breeze even stronger again. Very gusty.
Just lacking a bit of weight there.
Big cheer we heard was ex-local boy Tristan Smallacombe getting up over Aaron Sheriff. 1916 completion of that game. Queensland though well in control. 22-9, 21-9 on the other two rinks.
Yep, likewise in the women, 29 shots the difference. There's Jono coming down, trying to get to the bowl. Very unlucky, gets the wrong edge. Sends it behind the jack. Here comes Scott Summers, he's got the weight. Touch more needed from Scott. Switching over, sit trail, can turn up their own. Lots of options, a good percentage shot here. It just looks nice to play as well. He's close.
He's
Gonna
get
get down.
Help, gets a little bit of help and
had all sorts of chances. Just had to be in that funnel.
Yeah,
That's all we needed to do, and he's got there for shot off the bowl.
Jono Voigt continuing to play so well, coming back to this clubhouse end. That, both ways, had a terrific game as a two. Played really well. Really gave South Australian rink a real base to work from. Tassie boys do get back in this game. Well, that's a start. Still down, but
Giving him room.
Jack
Good
out
shot.
in the open. Gives the skippers a chance to play their shots. Forehand draw, I would suggest. See what Craig Mills does first.
Pretty good look from Craig.
Tassie boys
Far off counting.
desperate to win an end, probably change the length,
Yeah.
change up something this game.
They need a spark.
6
Right
ends in a
about
row. And not out of the woods, you know, only 5 behind. Still 4 ends to go after this. They just need win an end. A little bit of confidence, change it up. See what Josh Lording's got here. Pretty good line. Might be ploughing into the front. Does.
Turns another one up.
It's probably not what they need.
Yeah, Craig just needing to pass his own either side. Guess it's a good spot and could nearly count. Don't think there'd be any harm in a touch around the corner. But he'll be round his own.
Yep, just
Can he
got to
settle?
stay up.
Can he settle?
I think it's getting a bit crusty. Yeah, a little crusty there. That last 3 or 4 feet on the towards the ditch. Bit downhill. Right. Josh make up his previous error. Just get outside of his own bowl. Oh, Cardinal Sin, I think he's up short. Really hasn't given his skipper much to play to with that bowl either, so
No, 2 down, maybe 3. I think 2.
It's not happening for the Tassie boys at the moment. The big bowls are being played by SA. Nathan will be happy to. Usually he tries to fill that hole and count, or just drag that jack back a foot behind their own bowl. Make it really hard then for Taelyn. Play the forehand. Good height. Team likes it.
He's around the place.
Can he get that jack back?
Good turn. Guess we're good home.
Yep. Great spot.
What are we counting?
Well, you would think these 2 bowls from Taelyn will determine the match.
Well, they've got to be. Yeah, he's got to come up big hit.
You know, can probably afford to drop 1, but any multiple now, you think it might just be slipping away from the Tassie boys. So 2 bowls, change the course of the game. Going backhand with
Solid
weight.
runner.
Backhand with weight.
Well underneath though.
Doesn't get a result. Nathan, I think, will probably just try and move that jack back even further.
Just a little touch, makes
Hide it behind the pack.
sitting 4 and hide it. Taylor's not really got much past either. There's just not much on.
Wide draw. Played it well. Played it very well. Oh, that's a terrific shot. That
Down.
is a beauty.
Well played.
Well, it's got to be in off probably that white bowl.
2 nice bowls.
Probably got to use the angles here. Probably needs to work off an inside bowl.
He's got he's got both their own. Won't matter. They had plenty more around it.
Another multiple.
But 4 shots.
4 shots. This is a real run by SA now.
Yeah, it's getting tough now. I think those 4 still to go on that aggregate board. If so, we are now a 29 shot lead for South Australia. The women, they've stabilised. 17 shots, 7 ends to play over there.
About to play the 19th end, and Tassie lads have been stuck on 11 since the 11th end.
Queensland looking well in control. Both men's and women's games. Reminder, there is a link in the description for our Bowls Australia live scoring page where you can get all the rink scores and aggregate scores for all 8 matches going on. So the other 2 matches being Western Australia Victoria and ACT New South Wales.
So after 11 ends, it was 11-5 to Tassie. And since then, all the momentum to SA. 11-5 to 11-20, 15 shots on the bounce over those ends. And that hasn't been, a lot difference in terms of the play. No way of Tassie fallen away at all. But
No, probably just a couple. Taelyn played some really good shots when Tassie established their lead. Maybe hasn't quite gotten some of those. There's Ben Bowman drawing up, hanging around. Yep, well played.
I guess it's that sort of shot, just crowding the hair, giving them options. Tassie boys, just fallen away 10%, but that's all it's been really. Since that 11th end, 4-2-1-1, 2-1-4.
Yeah, that's a good call. Just want to move it first. Don't leave that for the opposition. Just a touch to the quick side from Jono. Just stays up. Someone's drawing up. Good second. Does make it hard for Jono to draw that jack forehand, but back to the draw on the backhand now. Looking for a front bumper. And he's interested. He's got to hang to the good side of the Tassie bowl, which he won't.
Real big gusts. Didn't help Jono then.
Scott with lots of chances on his forehand now. Push his own up for shot.
Oh, turns the back on it. Yeah, he's turned his back on it.
It's not up. That might be part of the difference, I think, in the last 6 or 7 ends. Just a few more wasted bowls from Tasmanian boys. Craig Mills on the backhand.
Yeah, he's got the jack, I think.
A little bit of jack.
Chip at the right
That's
way.
much.
Yeah.
That's a good shot. I was going to say much nicer. Maybe just another couple of inches of roll out of the jack would have been better. But 2 good shots. That's what they're holding. Josh Lord, I think, would be similar to what we've been calling. Either hand, sitting a bowl, pushing a bowl up. Trailing a jack, although they've got nothing past.
He's got to reach. Nothing for short here. Nothing for short and narrow. Something a little bit, even if it just gets a metre past the head, give him something else to play to in a moment. Yep, in fact, he won't be short. He's running in the shot. And it's very, very close. Very close.
Played it well, bowl and jack.
Yep.
Still
bit
be a few
stiff.
down.
Just not happening for Tassie. The toucher goes wide, probably 6 feet away. Fortunately.
Positive
SA
side as
bowl.
it does give him room.
He's going to slide past the jack, trying to bury that jack.
They might have been trying to put that in.
Josh
Push underneath the front.
looking to drop.
He's going to need to turn down to jack, I think.
Ditch. The skippers. It would appear that both sides looking to jack in the ditch.
Black trying to get
Right
down. He's got in the middle.
There's too many chances. That's going to continue South Australia's run. No chance of getting shot here now for Tassie boys. Second shot's the best they can hope for. Played it pretty well.
Good shot from Taelyn. Beats the rubbish.
Played it very well.
Probably a couple lights still, but cuts out the front couple. Just I'm looking for ways to find a way to get that ball in. Snap back, looking for Taelyn's last bowl. Push it into the jack and stay. He's got Jono Voigt.
Taelyn is trying to make sure it's just the one. Played it really well.
As much as he can.
Does it hang on for second? Measure it will be.
Looks like they're going to a tape. Yep, kept it to 1. So it's a couple ends to play. 21-11. And the 24 shot lead, South Australia on the big board. In fact, that one's about to go on. It's a 25 shot lead. 5 ends to play. They've really, it's not just been this rank, as a 12, they've just powered away over the last 15-20 ends or so. It was tight at the halfway mark. Looking over at the women's scoreboard, 69-48, a 21 shot margin with 4 ends to play for South Australia, so they're looking pretty well home there as well. I mean, that's pretty much all Kate Arjun-Bowden's rink. 1 end to play, 32-7. Other rinks are level and a 4 shot lead to Tassie. So that's the difference. A good start. Ben Bowman again. Been very solid, particularly second half, just continually bowls around the place. Probably hasn't drawn front touches and side touches, but don't always have to. You get within half a metre, 2 feet all the time, and you're doing a great job.
Yep, that's solid.
Another solid set.
Ryan staying on the back end, not easy shot. Probably looking to sneak under the SA leaders' bowls. Doesn't want to be wide and chopping them in. He's played it very well. Very well. That's a terrific shot. Well played.
Jono Voigt having a bit of a run. Cruising on the outside. Does get that out of the eye line though. Maybe you're allowing to play a little less or just make that shot look nicer. Jack around the corner from Scott Summers would be very handy for Tasmania. Little piece. Good home anyway. And just that metre past. Are they going to hang on? No, he'll slide under, but it was good. Another one around the place. Still plenty of room to draw a second, preferably with a little bit of jack on the end of it around the corner. Just hide it away. He's got more interest this time. Into the bowl. Yeah, well that'll do nicely. 2 shots. Opens the gap up a little bit. Just lacking a bit of weight there, Ken.
Yeah, just dropping that couple of feet short. I think they're pretty comfortable with what they've got at the moment, though. The SA boys well in control of this game. As we said, quite a remarkable turnaround from 11-5 Tasmania, 11-21 South Australia. I think they're pretty comfortable in control of this game, and comfortable now in control of the aggregate as well. There's the second rink.
Josh Lording, pretty good here. That's a third.
Second rink have done their job. Tassie boys actually getting up in that contest.
Yep, and I think Rob McMullen drew a couple with his last couple bowls to win that end as well. So a couple more to go on to the Tassie scoreboard.
Yeah, it looks like 25-17. Robert Mullen over Wayne Rudiger.
Great shot there from Craig Mills. Gets the shot down off the shot bowl.
25-17, almost covering this rink that the coverage is on, but it's Scott Tholborn.
Yeah, that's where the damage has been, really. This
There's,
rink, the change in this rink, and then Scott Tholborn's rinks really led the way for South Australia today.
Yep. Onto their last end. I can't quite see the Tassie score, but Tholborn 31.
So it's a lot to not that many.
Not enough.
Josh Lording looking with a bit of weight, raking through. Chisel off, shot bolt. Tassie again, sort of paying the price for not being able to tuck that round the corner, leaving that shot there.
31-11. In fact, that Tholborn score, they play the last end. Not truly home there.
Queensland called it a comfortable victory in the men over the Northern Territory. Set to get a comfortable victory over the Northern Territory women as well. So the Western Australian board, 17 shots the margin. WA in front for the men with 10 to play. Struggling to see any of the other boards.
Yeah, I think, well, certainly in the bend, Blake Nan's doing the damage there for WA. I think
Yeah, and we saw Dylan Fisher's rink yesterday played tremendously well. So
yeah, down 27-5. Blake Nan over Dylan Fisher, so that's the rink that's doing the damage on the big board. Both other WA rinks, Daniel Chweller and Cody Packer, down by 5 or 6. Their respective opponents would be the Flapper brothers.
Nathan Black looking to convert this back. It's a good shot because Jack in the Ditch did give a few to Tasmania. I think it's just second shot. Taelyn Male putting the Jack with his last. Just overdone it a little bit. Not hard to do, as we've seen a few trickle in. Tape coming out.
Nathan Black must have been pretty comfortable. Bit of a shake of the head as he was heading off. No, it won't get there.
Yeah.
Wonder Tassie. Broken their, well, I won't say their duck, but
Break the run.
broken the run. Oh, so 1 gets them to 12. 21.
Final end of the match.
What do we have there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ends. 8 ends in a row to SA is what broke this game open.
Yeah, it's a hell of a run. You won't lose too many games where you win eight ends in a row. Confirmed that the South Australian women have won. A board showing a 25-shot lead with 2 to play, unless they've got a couple power plays up their sleeve. The game is over as Ryan Guy finally gets the map back and starts off with a great first bowl.
That'll do for our second game with Scotty Tholborn. Well and truly comfortable.
Yep.
33-11 victory there.
Yep. 23-shot lead, I think. Going to go on there. There's some shots to go on the aggregate board, but this will be our last end. So, thoroughly deserved win for the SA guys. Across the 12 particularly, that Scott Thorborn rank. Catalyst. That big run in the middle. There's another fairly reasonable shot from Ryan. It's been continued to be solid in the area. Good second. Another second that's past the jack and a good spot to trail to. Very solid.
Looking at some of the big games this afternoon, Cameron, probably none bigger than Queensland WA.
No, well, depending on these results, the WA Victoria results, particularly for the women, that could be a huge game, but for the men as well.
Yep, absolutely.
The men are in a good position for WA. If at the moment against Victoria, if they win, there will only be the one win between them.
So it's Queensland WA. ACT will take on the Tassie boys. SA will face one of the big guns in New South Wales.
Another great shot there from Jono Voigt, just quietly.
And that will leave us with Victoria and the NT.
So Jono gets the shot yet again. Scott looking to follow. He holds the bowl.
So game this afternoon will be New South Wales versus the Northern Territory. That will be the one that we'll have the stream on.
That was
actually, I tell a lie.
You did tell a lie. It will be
Queensland WA.
Queensland WA. It will be a ladies Queensland WA.
My apologies. Looking at the wrong day. Queensland WA on this very rink.
Another good set from Jono Voigt.
As you said, the women's fours.
You'd say it would have to be the best on ground, I think, in this game, Jono.
Yep, cracking game.
Nathan Black also pretty impactful in the second half. Taelyn Mail very good in the early to mid stages.
We could have a peek at Bowls Link. We could tell you which rink will actually be covered.
Do not quote me on this could be incorrect, but I do believe it'll be Lindsay Clark, Kira Burke, Wendy Wilson and Gail Compton from Queensland against Hayley Packard, Donna Blackwell, Caitlin Tyrrell and Linda Warburton. I do believe that is the draw. I will have to confirm that. So if I'm wrong, don't blame me. I believe that's
it's the rink one on the...
I think that's team one on the Bowls Link, so I believe that'll be rink one in the game.
That's how it works. Lindsay Clark, one of the greats, of course, just announcing her recent retirement from international bowls.
Craig Mills looking to add.
And does.
Lovely shot.
Cracking bowl.
It's a fantastic spot for it too. Just past. With a bit of weight here. There is a nice angle off Jono's shot bowl. There's a few nice angles actually, and he gets one of them.
There's another nice angle. We've done with a few more of those a few ends ago, the Tassie lads. Haven't had a lot of luck in the last hour or so, but credit of South Australia, they've had the bowls in the head, generally speaking. That's where you get the luck. Plenty of bowls to work off of their own. Craig Mills, not happy with losing shot. Has
what a
now
cracker.
Absolutely stiffed it. Well
He's
played.
probably another one that's lifted. He probably struggled a little bit early, but has lifted in their second half. Been a big part of
I think is
making this charge.
one of the players that really got the mark when they had a margin, got going, got his draw shot, opened the game up for his skipper and Nathan Black. A good solid thirds game. All players have played well, must say.
Yes, that's been a good standard.
Yep. No one drive.
Makes that one of their own. So South Australia holding probably 3. Oh, sorry, no, I've mixed up. That's not a dark purple, that's a light purple. South Australia holding 1. My apologies.
Nathan Black probably doesn't want to do a lot with this one. Probably a metre in front of the head. The old-fashioned blocker would be the go.
I think he's going a bit shorter than that, but I think he's just going to duck away.
Yeah, just ducking away. Look for the old blocker at the front there. Yep.
Taelyn going again. Oh, just passes on the outside.
Yep. Nathan, last ball won't be doing a lot about with this one. Phil was going to put it in his pocket, but Craig Mills goes, no, come on, try another one. Not sure he's tried overly hard with that. When I say he hasn't tried overly hard, he's just about drawn second shot.
Just a roll, I think.
One it is.
One it is to South Australia. Completes a very convincing aggregate win and a pretty convincing rink win in the end, 22-12, although possibly for most of the game it wasn't really that different on there.
No, well, basically double their score, or best part of double their score. I don't think that was what we've seen.
Particularly indicative.
No, but just one of those amazing runs. You can happen in bowls, 11-5, and then suddenly 12-22.
Of course, you can see all the rink results and scores on Bowls Link or the Bowls Now app. And of course, there's Bowls Australia's live scoring portal. Currently, Western Australia, Victoria still ongoing, and a couple rinks of the New South Wales ACT men's game, as well as the Queensland and Northern Territory women. 2 rinks going on as we hear some good sounds coming over from, if you're a Western Australian fan, from Daniel Chiarella's rink. But we're going to leave you. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back at 1 o'clock Western time for Queensland versus Western Australia in the women's side series.